On this week's episode, we start a brand new series called Are Portuguese People Funny? And I'm joined by Joana Gama, a mom, a podcast host, and a comedian. And please be aware that in this episode, there is some adult humor. But for now, enjoy my conversation with Joana Gama. Welcome back, or welcome to another episode of Portugal, The Simple Life. And I'm super excited to be joined by Joana Gama. Joana, hello.
Hi, Dylan.
Thank you for being on the podcast. How are you?
I'm fine. And you?
I'm great.
Thanks for inviting me.
You're welcome. I'm a little bit upset that you didn't want to speak on the phone.
I'm so sorry.
And
I hate
you need to explain that.
I hate it. It's because I'm 35, so I'm more used to type. And I think maybe you're older than me and you prefer the phone, but I'm younger.
How do you? So. I'm not. I'm younger.
You are. You're younger? Nah. How old are you, Dylan?
No, I'm 40 something.
So
I'm
yeah.
It's okay. We're old school. We actually talk to each other with our mouths.
We hate it.
Okay, I got it. Joana, for most of our Portuguese listeners and viewers, you don't need a lot of introduction, but maybe
no, continue.
but maybe for our international people, just start off by telling us a little bit about you.
So I'm younger than you. That's an important information.
True, we've established that. Thank you. Move on.
Yeah. My name is Joana, and I'm 35 years old, and I'm asking my boyfriend just to shut the door and close it with the key. And I'm a comedian right now, and I was a radio DJ till last month. And I was for about 14 years at huge national radio stations, one for teenagers and the other one for adults. It's called RFM. So right now I'm living being a comedian right now and maybe an influencer, but I'm ashamed of it. I'm ashamed of it. So let's not talk about it.
Okay. I don't even know what that means anymore, to be an influencer, you know?
It's being paid to make posts and just saying that, oh, this is my favorite, like, cream. Yeah, I love it. This is my favorite drink. And then it's not. Yeah.
Well, I sent you the check. Could you just say that this is your favorite podcast? I sent you the check in the mail. You know what that means for a 35-year-old, check in the mail?
Yeah, it's like the bill or the money. The money, right?
Money.
Yeah, this is my favorite podcast besides mine.
Tell us about yours. Tell us about your podcast.
Okay, so you just my podcast. I have a lot of them, but the most significant one is this one called Psychotherapia. That means psychotherapy in English, but psycho here it's written like if I was mental. So yes. It's a podcast where I speak a lot about myself using, I don't know how to say in English, but like when Freud said associações livres, like free associations in between subjects. And I keep on saying that I'm no psychiatrist, no psychologist, but I give a lot of intakes or takes about how to deal with pain, why am I like this? Why do I feel so bad about my body image? And then people are listening to it and feeling related. And also they keep saying that I helped people talking about my stuff, my psychoness. So that's cool. So
by sharing your own experiences, you're helping.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
Awesome. Joana, our listeners love to hear about our guests' terra, or their home village or their hometown, where they're from, where they grew up. So maybe you can tell us a little bit about where you grew up, where you're born, if it's not the same place that you live currently.
Yeah, it's not.
Okay.
I have like a different answer here because I was born in a place called Papaya, but
where is that?
It's near Lisbon. It's like kind of a ghetto.
Okay. I don't know.
Kind of. Please, people of the Maya, just don't come here with your weapons. Let me live. But since my mom is a judge, I had to go with her all over Portugal when I was younger. So I lived everywhere. But the place where I stayed the most of the time was Oeiras. That it's kind of a poor Cascais. It's in the middle. And I really loved living there because it was an upgrade of our life. My mother had a second marriage, and it was with a richer person. So we lived in a closed condo with a pool and a tennis court. So I loved Oeiras. And Oeiras has two things that are really interesting. Is you have everything you need, like supermarket and coffee and everything. And also you have the beaches. So it's really, really cool.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So which would you consider your terra? Which would you consider your hometown? Was it Oeiras?
Yeah, maybe it is. Yeah. It was like 5 years living in Oeiras is the most time that I spent in somewhere. So, yeah.
And now, where are you now? Lisbon?
I'm here in Lisbon, most probably Benfica or Buraca. I'm in the middle of two towns. One that is kind of, cool, Benfica is cool. And the other one is Buraca, that it's not cool at all. So usually I say Benfica.
Depending on which day it is.
If it is to be funny, I say I'm living in Buraca. It's awful. But if I want to impress someone...
Buraca means whole. Buraca means whole in English. Yeah, whole. Yeah,
whole, but in feminine. It's like a feminine.
Oh, even worse.
But Jesus. It's not a women's hole. Yeah, whatever. Just explain it.
There's children listen to this podcast.
Okay. But they came from there.
Not to me.
So, right?
Okay, yeah, that's true.
I guess.
That's true. Okay. Alrighty. What would you like people to know about Portugal and about where you live? What do you think is special about this place?
I don't know. It's because you invited me to this podcast. I'm really happy, but I think you chose the most non-social person. And I live a lot in my apartment. Not only because of the pandemic and all that, but I'm really introverted and shy. Not when I'm recording podcasts or on stage, but I'm not that kind of person that, wow, today where I'm going to eat an ice cream. Wow, it's so sunny out there. Let's go somewhere. No, I'm more depressed. But what I love about Lisbon is that you have everything nearby. Like in 15 minutes, you can go to the theater, the movie, the river. I don't know. You can make everything in 15 minutes, not only because of the subway or the train, but also by car. It's really close, everything. Don't know if that is cool, but yeah.
For some people, it is. For some people, it's very
not
cool.
For you, I guess.
For me as well. Okay, I live in a little village with like 200 people, and we have our cafe and our restaurant and a little farm with some animals, and so I'm not fancy. I'm not fancy.
Each other.
Not this village, no. The village nearby is there's talk about it, but not this one. Not this one. Yeah. No, I live in the countryside. It's amazing.
Cool.
It's amazing.
You're healthy then.
No, I'm not. No, you're not. I eat a lot of animals. It's bad. I have people who've turned down being on the podcast because we spoke about eating animals. And stuff,
Yeah, no, they're quite sensitive about it. Yeah, and they're right for them. I need to eat steak. Yeah, we have one thing here in Portugal. Talking about food that you didn't ask, but I'm going to say it anyway. It's beef na pedra, steak on the rock.
Steak on the stone, yeah.
On the stone, amazing. Yeah. It's amazing because you cook it all by yourself, so there's no way you can mess it up.
Here's my question. Why do you have to pay? Why do you have to pay if you're cooking the steak yourself?
I know. I don't know. I just like doing it outside of my apartment because of all the smoke and everything. It's just their problem, not mine.
You do it in your apartment?
No, I don't, because it smells bad. But in the restaurant, I just don't care about everyone else. And I don't have to clean the stone or anything.
That's fair. No one cares about other people in a restaurant anyway.
No, I just don't care.
Exactly. Joana, how did you get into this work?
Being a podcaster?
And comedian, and how did that all start for you?
Okay, so I was in social media studies, and then my whole year was cut because of Bologna. You know what Bologna was? It was a European 3D. How do I explain this? I don't know. The European Union thought that all the courses had to have the same length. So my course was supposed to have 4 years, and it only had 3. So I had to send CVs for everyone, and I sent to my favorite radio station, which was Mega FM at the time. And after I ended the course, they just called me, and I won the casting because I'm really, really awesome. And then I must laugh, or else everyone will think, whoa. And then I got bored at my work, so I started doing workshops, and I did one of stand-up comedy. And then I started going on stage, and I loved it. And so here I am, 15 years later, just doing my thing.
Okay. And you have a show called Papaya, Banana Papaya.
Yeah.
It's very typically Portuguese that you would call a show after food.
Really? Because Nespera no cu? You're talking about
No, because when we think of a cool name for something in Portugal, we associate it to food. Always food. Everything's around food.
Yeah, didn't notice. No, but we have a show called Nespera no cu, that is Nespera in your ass.
Yeah, and Nespera is a fruit. What fruit is a Nespera?
I don't know. How do we say
It's a little orange fruit, right?
It's a little peach called Nespera. I don't know. And it's by a famous comedian here, Bruno Nogueira, and Nuno Markley and others. And it's called Nespera no cu. Yeah, it's quite good. But ours, ours is not that cool, but it's fine. It's called Banana Papaya. It's me and my friend Rita Camarneiro, and we do a lot of improv around some themes that have to do with limits, like the limits of love, the limits of friendship, the limits of sex, the limits of podcasting, the limits of. So we have a structure about it, like what's the biggest limit, or what's the lowest limit, and we talk about it on stage, on podcast, also with video. So it has been a success in that way, and I'm really happy with it.
Amazing. I mean, what are some of the things that you talk with your psychotherapy podcast? What are some of the things that you and is it related to your show that you just did? You just did a show.
Yeah, recently. It is. Yeah, it is. I just made a show called The Diagnosis. Because of 2 things. Because I went to the psychiatrist some month ago, and I was diagnosed with a mental issue. Finally, I know what's happening. And also because I wanted to do like a show to test bits of stand-up. I wanted to do something that had 1 hour and a half, just to make my thing. So that's what I did. And it has to do with the podcast, in the sense that in the podcast, I talk about mental issues. I talk about my life, my childhood, and everything else. And on the show too, but in a different perspective. On the podcast, I'm talking seriously, but being funny. And on stand-up comedy, I'm being funny, but also serious. So the priorities are different.
Okay. And what are some of the things that you talk about and address?
In the podcast?
Yeah.
Yeah, like body image, suicide. Yeah, I talked about it because I investigated if I talked about suicide, I was kind of encouraging the copycat effect, but it's not, because that's why I talked about it, or else I would feel guilty. I'm nervous. I also talked about, I don't know, today I recorded an episode that it's going to be published later. It was about being emotional intelligence, the importance of being emotional intelligent, and the way that I'm raising my kids to know the names of her emotions, and why is it important to be vulnerable and all that stuff. But I say that I'm not a specialist. I'm just really interested and focused and obsessed with it. And I have a mental issue. So everyone who listens to it, it's their thing, not mine.
That's as close to being an expert as you're going to be anyway.
Yeah.
So nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong. How old is your daughter?
7.
Oh, okay, cool.
She's cool.
Is she?
Yeah, she is. Now she is. When
Why?
She was a baby, no, she wasn't. No, because she just ate and pooped, and that's not fun. Now she talks. She's 7. It's
Is
cool
she
that
funny
she
like her
talks.
mom? Is she funny like her mom?
She is not only because of me, but her father is really funny, and her stepdad is also funny. Her stepmother, it's not that funny. No, I'm kidding. I don't know her that well. But
Okay.
yeah, she's too funny. I'm really concerned that she's too funny for her age.
That people don't catch the jokes.
And that she's getting cynical, and she's too analytical, too verbal, and I wished she had some other inputs and some more visual influences and so on. But I'm really verbal. My ex-husband is verbal too, and my boyfriend currently, and the last one, I hope, he's verbal too, but he also listens to music. That's cool.
Well, I mean, for people listening, why do you think Portugal is such a great place for young children?
For young children?
Yeah.
I don't know if it is good. I think it's getting better. I think that right now we're having more concerns about their education and emotional education, and right now we're awakening for that. So it's becoming better and better, but it has been in the last 5-10 years. Before that, our traditional way of raising kids was beating them or screaming at them. So but right now we're getting better and better, and we have a lot of schools that are really cool that have another education models like Montessori, Waldorf. And so if anyone who's listening has their kids in a special school like those, we have options here, and they're really cool.
And okay, besides the education thing, because listen, this is something in Portugal that Portuguese people love to complain about, is the two things: the education system and the medical system, and it's really not that bad. Okay,
no, it's not.
No.
I now I know how the Americans' health system works, and so I don't complain at all about ours. So we're cool.
Okay, good. We don't have to go down that road then. That's great.
No.
But I mean, I mean, even Lisbon as a town, as a city for children, and Portugal as a place for children just to be safe and have fun.
We're the safest.
From that perspective.
Yeah, we're the safest countries in that way. I think that kids can feel safe. It depends on the place where they're living. Like the Maya, I don't know if I would let my kid to go to the grocery store all by herself because she's too cute. If she was ugly, I didn't care. But since she's that cute, I just no, she can't. But we have a lot of things here. Like we have the sun, which is really healthy for our kids. They play a lot out in the environment. We have like Monsanto in Lisbon, that is a huge forest. I live nearby Monsanto, so when I'm going running or when I do fitness with my personal trainer, I go to Monsanto. We have a lot of sports here. We have a lot of tennis courts, paddle courts. That's what I'm doing right now. I'm kind of obsessed with it. So you have everything here.
Paddle?
Yeah, paddle.
That looks insanely difficult, that sport.
It's not. I
mean, it looks like tennis combined with quicker, and there's walls, so you can.
Yeah, so that's fine because you don't miss that much. You have the wall, so you don't have to run that much like in tennis. The ball just comes back to you. You just have to be like quick thinking. It's fine for me.
I haven't tried it.
You have to.
I should. I was quite a good tennis player when I was young, but I haven't played paddle. So.
You have to. It's really, really addictive because all of the dopamine. If you play harder and quicker, you just hear the noise and you get really addicted to it.
Gotcha. Okay. I mean, for people who are, let's just to put this into context, majority of the people that are listening to the podcast are people from overseas who want to know more about Portugal, possibly want to come and live here, but
really?
just are interested in, Why does that surprise you? I mean, come on.
Because everyone in Portugal wants to live overseas, so that's funny. But
Yeah,
this is
because
cool.
it is. So, I mean, what do you want to just, you do this really amazing podcast where you help people deal with issues. Anything that you want to tell our listeners to prepare them for Portugal?
Yeah.
Now's the opportunity.
I have to
what things
tell you.
what things should they be aware of and be ready for?
Okay, now the first thing is Zezé Camarinha. I don't know if you heard about
What
him.
is that?
It's a guy who lives in Algarve and keeps on dating everyone, every English person or American person that goes there. He just talks like a minimum English and just say, so good night. Yes, you want apartment? Me? Yes, let's go. And they go. So let's just be aware of Zezé Camarinha and stop going. And I don't know. You never heard about Zezé Camarinha. It's because you're not a girl, or else you'd hear about it.
Or if I was a girl, I wrote a very attractive one. So
yeah. You don't have to be that attractive. You just have to breathe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
gotcha.
just that. The other thing that I would like to say to you all, it's bringing some sunscreen, and good one, because we joke a lot about you guys, everyone that stays like purple with all the sun.
I know the word. I know the word.
What is? Beef.
Beef.
And I don't know, shrimp, lobster.
Do you say camarão? Do you say camarão?
Yeah.
Do you?
Yeah.
Because I never knew that.
Really, really red. It's like, it's embarrassing. Just use sunscreen. What's wrong with you guys?
Because apparently the sun in Portugal is healthier than everywhere
Healthier
else.
And stronger. It seems like you have like a cancer contest going on, and you're just competing who's going to get cancer first, and everyone wins them.
Okay, so be aware of what's his name?
Zezé Camarinha. Yeah, I don't know if
Camarinha.
He's still working, because the last time I heard about him, he was 60. But hey, you work a lot till you.
Everyone's got their area. Everyone's got their area that they operate in.
Algarve. Be aware.
Okay, in which parts of the Algarve does he lurk? Just so that we can.
Portimão.
Because there's a lot of people there.
Yeah. At night, yeah. He had an ice cream shop and also a bar. So those were the places. You look beautiful tonight. Yes. You like my mustache? I like your face.
Did he have a mustache?
Yeah, of course. He's Portuguese. He has
I've seen
to
a
look
t-shirt.
Portuguese.
I've seen my wife has a t-shirt that says "The mustache made me do it," and maybe it's just talking about that one.
Maybe he's Latino. He has to have a mustache, so that's what he does.
But I think beards are more thingy now. Beards. Everyone's growing beards now.
Yeah, but also
said the guy who has a beard and the mustache.
Yeah, imagine without a mustache, just a beard, it would be weird.
Now the sunscreen thing. So that's factor 30.
Yeah,
right?
30 or 50. Just don't be afraid of getting higher. Just use it, or keep dressed. I don't know. Why not? Just don't show a lot of skin when you're in the sun.
Okay. All right. Those are two useful things. What else? What else should we know? What else should we know about Portuguese people?
What else about Portuguese people? Most of us know how to speak English. So don't worry. You don't have to try to speak our language. You don't have to, what is the hotel for you guys? No, you just have to speak English, and most of us understand. More. We're really nice to foreigners. Not the older people, but most of us, we like you guys, and we want to have you here because you make us richer, and because you're cool. And what else? We swear a lot when we're in traffic, and our traffic is just nothing compared to other countries. It's like nothing. It's like 30 minutes, 40 minutes. It's fine, but we swear a lot, and we.
Why are Portuguese people so unaggressive in general, but then very aggressive when they drive?
Because I think we're frustrated, and not like other countries. We're not concerned about our happiness. We're just focusing on negative aspects of our life. We're really depressed, most of us. So and sexual, like frustrated too. So when we're in traffic, no one is looking. We don't have to think, what are the others going to think about what I'm doing? So we're more natural, more authentic when we're driving. And that's where all the aggressive energy comes out.
Does everyone in Portugal think that cars are soundproof and that we can't hear anything that comes out of a car?
Yeah.
I mean, obviously.
Yeah.
Okay. Besides the driving, what else? What else should we know
about Portugal?
Yeah.
We have a good cuisine where we love food and we know how to cook really, really well. And we're really generous about the portions that we have at restaurants. Like if you order a steak, we're giving you the biggest steak we have. If you want whatever, we just give a lot of food just to make you feel desired and welcomed. What else? Our tap water is nice. Don't be afraid to drink it. Maybe in certain places it's not. If it looks like yellow, just don't drink it.
Where did that thing come from that the tap water wasn't good? Was that a real thing?
No.
It was always fine because there was a time when that like Lisbon had this reputation that you shouldn't drink the tap water, but I'm sure it's
I don't
always been
recall
the same.
it.
No.
But I think it was because of the water industry. They wanted us to buy more water, bottled water, and also to buy Bridas. I don't know if you know what it is.
What is that?
It's like a water filter that you have in the jar.
Okay, gotcha.
So I think it was kind of the industry, but I'm not really informed, so I don't know.
So it was a conspiracy from Luso and Penacova and places like that.
Penacova, you know a lot. Penacova is so random. Oh, cool.
I hope like today. I mean,
now you're an influencer too, Dylan. You said Penacova twice, so you're going to get paid.
It's a place. It's a place. Yeah.
Right.
It's a place as well. It's also a place. It's a place. Do you know where it is? Have you been there?
No, but is it in the north?
No, it's in the Beira Interior.
Beira Interior. Okay, cool.
Yeah. It's nice. It's a nice place. Very, very nice.
Yeah, that's why we talked about it.
Yeah, it's great. Okay. What else? I mean, why?
You're squeezing me. You're just
squeezing all the information. You're just a fountain of knowledge for us right now. We're using you. We're just going to use
me.
you.
It's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine. Listen. What else? We're really nice people when we work in hotels and stuff like that.
And outside of the hotel?
Outside of the hotel, not that much. No, we're really nice, but we know how to welcome people. Yeah. You know, we just smile at you. We're expressive. Like we don't have that closed face that some people in other countries have, like being snob, and we don't have it like France. We like to laugh. We're really nice. So if you're going to stay with us, you'll be happy with us. Maybe not with the whole service.
Yeah.
But with us being nice, yeah, it's cool. What else? You're going to ask me again, right?
No. What I was going to ask you is about the Portuguese comedy scene. I see it's something that's starting to develop and get bigger and bigger and bigger.
Yeah. It had a time where it was already becoming bigger before the pandemic. We had already some clubs. People were doing a lot of more shows in huge theaters, but it stopped. And right now we're starting all over again, and it's getting really more in Lisbon and Porto. In the rest of the country, I think it's kind of still happening, but we're having a lot of more places to do stuff. So I have a lot of colleagues. We know everyone who's doing comedy right now. I know only in Lisbon and Porto, maybe there is Braga and people in Madeira that I don't know of, but we know everyone who's doing it. And we have to practice a lot because since we don't have a huge, I don't know, repertoire. I don't know how to say repertoire.
Repertoire.
Thank you. Both. We have still a lot of work to do to become better and better. And I'm talking maybe only about myself. Don't just whatever. Maybe the others are cool. I have to work a lot still.
Why? What do you still have to do?
Because I paused a lot. Like I started doing it like 13 years ago, but then I got married. I had a kid. So being a woman, I had to stop doing what made me happy to be other stuff that made me unhappy. And now, now I'm coming back. And so that's it. I have to recover all the time. Not recover, but I have to make up for it.
Yeah. But you got some stories, I'm sure.
Being a parent or
yeah,
as a stand-up comedy?
No, being a parent. Being a parent. It's the best stories in the world.
Oh, really? You think so? Are you a parent?
My best stories are about my children. Yeah.
Really? Mine, well, I think that I have a lot of funny stories, but I don't know if I know how to tell them in English. Like my girl is really, really funny. And the other day I asked her, what do you want to do when you get older? And what did she say? She said she wanted to be an author. How do I say that? A mayor. She wanted to be a mayor.
I think that it's funnier in Portuguese.
Yeah, it's funnier in Portuguese. She wanted to be a mayor because she wants to run everything. So I was like, how do you know that? And then she exited the room and then she came back and said, now I have my degree. And I was like, what? I didn't ask you anything. She's really, really funny. And also, what else? I don't know about funny stuff. As I was saying to you, I'm trying to teach her a lot about emotions and naming all of that. So sometimes I get really proud when she makes use of that information. Like the other day or 1 year ago, maybe we were at the supermarket and she was really frustrated. She kept on asking me to buy this and buy this and buy this. And I said, no. So she said to me, well, Mom, now I feel frustrated. So I'm going back there just to breathe a bit because I want to call you names and I don't want to do that. She was 6 years old. So I was like, whoa, she's so much smarter than me and balanced. But that's not funny. That's only cool. So,
no, it's awesome. Here's a question that are Portuguese people funny?
I think we are, in the two senses. We are really funny and we make fun a lot of the others. And some of us are not funny, but we look funny, and that's cool. So everyone knows how to be funny, I guess, here in Portugal, but being more aggressive or not. When you enter a cafe, if it is like a petite one or more a rural one, usually the owner or the main person who's serving you, he makes a lot of jokes. So do you want to I don't know how to say in English, it's not funny. It's like, do you want a glass of water? And you say yes. And he was like, well, really, only just a glass. Everyone's funny, but we're just tired of each other right now.
Yeah, I one of the things I think is that I appreciate is Portuguese people don't take themselves too seriously, and that's always good when you want to be funny, when you want to laugh at each other, when you want to laugh at yourself. I mean, for you, with the shows that you do and stuff, do you find that that's generally quite true that Portuguese will laugh at themselves as well?
Yeah, everyone knows how to laugh at themselves, but comedians don't. I think we're the only group who doesn't know how to take it. Like, because we have a lot of ego issues and we're really insecure and we're the ones who make jokes. So if anyone tries to make it about us, we just don't know how to react and we get sad and we get insecure. And that's true.
So Portuguese comedians can give it, but they can't take it. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. They pretend like they can, but then they go and cry at home. I guess.
Apparently,
I don't know.
This never happened to you. This never happened to you.
No, me. No one makes fun of me. What?
No. Why? I mean, how are Portuguese funny looking? What do you think are some of the things that make Portuguese funny looking?
I think that some of us, the most privileged ones, we're really judgy about the aspect of others because we have a lot of, I don't know, ways of dressing here. We had and we know precisely which kind of person is depending on the way he dresses or the way he holds his cigarette or if he uses a cap or not.
One kiss, two kisses.
If he kisses a person with one kiss or two kisses. So
what's bad? To kiss with one kiss is bad?
It's not bad. Listen, I went to a marriage where everyone wedding, thank you, where everyone was richer than me and everyone wanted just to give a kiss because that's the classy thing to do. But in those environments, I like to give two just to put them in their place. It's like, no, I'm not doing that. I'm not like you guys.
Two is better than one.
Yeah, I think so. It depends of what you're doing, but yeah. I leave that to you.
Yeah, I'm going to leave it to the audience, to the universe,
to the kids who are listening,
to the children who are listening. Yeah, kids, listen to Auntie Joanna. Now you're wearing an Offspring T-shirt, but you're quite young. You said you were young, and Offspring's not that young. So I mean, what do you know about the Offspring? You know,
I know a lot.
They're an old band.
No,
they're an old band.
Yeah, they're old.
I listened to them when I was in school.
To which album?
Smash Mouth?
Smash,
no.
Yeah, but Smash was the first one that it was really known.
There was one before that wasn't great.
Offspring Ignition, and then Offspring Smash. And I started with Americana. And then I wanted to know more about them, and that's when I started listening the last CDs.
All the stuff.
So Americana was really great. Smash was the best one. All the others are garbage. But I bought this T-shirt on a concert. Yeah, at a concert.
What makes you proud to be Portuguese? What makes you proud of Portugal?
That I have an issue with that. I don't identify myself as Portuguese. How do we say in Portuguese that it annoys me, but it's true. I'm a world citizen.
Citizen of the world. A
citizen of the world. I'm not. I didn't travel that much, but I just don't feel like I'm Portuguese. I don't feel patriotic at all. But the one thing that Miguel, my boyfriend, was telling me about is that all the Portuguese people feel really proud when they're mentioned in comedy series or in movies or whatever. We thought, they talked about us, and we're so happy about it. But I don't know. Most of us, we don't feel that, I guess. Like, I'm Portuguese and I'm really proud. I'm European. That's that's my identity for now.
Gotcha. That's not the answer that I wanted, but it's
fine. Sorry.
But I mean, look.
Just edit this to 2 minutes.
I'm not going to edit. Fine. I'm not going to edit. Don't worry. Don't worry. I mean, for me, Portugal is a special place. You should be proud. Okay, I'm just going to lecture you now. You should be proud of your country because it's beautiful. It's a beautiful place. What do you love about your country?
I love the way we love music. We really love music. People in my age, who have my age and also younger, we live a lot of festivals and we really hear a lot of music. I also love the way that we have, like, we're so close to the beaches, and most of the countries nearby, they don't have that privilege. And I think that's really cool. And also the gastronomy, as I said, like we can go to a fancy restaurant or not so fancy restaurant that we have a good meal with people that know how to cook. And that's really cool. The rest of it, I don't know. I feel kind of, I'm pessimistic, I just look at the flaws that we have right now. It's like, we could be better at this, we could be better at that. I think that one of the things that I'm proud of, that I spoke earlier, is that we're getting really better at some stuff, like at talking about mental issues and the way we're raising our children. So that's what I'm proud of, that we're getting better at it.
I mean, how do you think we did now during COVID as a society? Do you think it's something that we should be happier about? Do you think there was something here in Portugal that helped us cope more during this time? What is your What is your view there?
I identified with the measures that were taken. I think that most of the people that I talk with, they think they were like, they didn't make sense. They were exaggerated, but though I felt safer this way. It's like I think that it's more useful to be conservative about it. Like, let's not take a lot of risks and just hold on until we find the cure or find a way to cope with it, and instead of being like, what, let's just do it and get immune, blah, blah, blah. But I don't know. This is my reality. I read about other countries and it's working out for them too. But this way, I really identified myself with this. It was really fearful. Like, I think we had a lot of panic, and maybe it wasn't that necessary, but we didn't know a lot about this. So I think it was kind of smart doing it.
Yeah, panicking
not
sometimes
that good for the economy, but yeah. So.
And not good for your industry either.
No, tough. Not at all.
Yeah.
But thanks to the way we work, I had some, how do I say, some money that the government that gave me in order for me to survive. Like Segurança Social just paid me some little money for me to have something to eat. And so that it's money that I had, like I had to pay those taxes to receive them, but it's fine. I like the way things work right now.
I mean, you've mentioned a little bit about Portuguese people that we are funny and we're funny looking, and that we like to welcome people to our country. You've stood in front of audiences of people, you've spoken to people, you've seen different parts of the country and different types of people from all ages. And I mean, what do you like about Portuguese people?
We love comedy. I think that most of us, we want to have a good time, and we know that comedy is one of the best ways to spend some time. And that's cool. About our audience, I think that's fine too. That's cool too. That people are not afraid of laughing if we're good on stage. Like if someone starts laughing, everyone starts laughing. No one feels like, I don't want to laugh because that is kind of awkward. No, we like to laugh, and that's cool. And we also talk a lot with our friends of stuff that we like and what we don't like. So when a thing is good, everyone knows about it. So that's cool.
Very nice. Joanna, thank you so much. I've really enjoyed talking to you.
Really?
What is? Yeah, really. That's why I'm cutting. That's why I'm cutting the conversation short.
Yeah, this was about 2 hours, but I really.
Yeah, no, I'm done.
I'm
done now.
That's fine.
It's just. But what's one thing that you want people to remember from this conversation?
I'm really, really funny. And beautiful, if you watch the video. That's what I want you to, yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, you can take it, I can't.
I'm not. That's what they.
I hated you.
In comedic circles, that's what they call a dramatic pause.
I know, but I can't take it. I get nervous.
How can people follow you online? What have you got? I know you got a show coming up. I think
I have Banana Papaya is going to be at Teatro Vilaré, 11th of October 11th. It's like this with Pipoca Mais Doce. That is a really important person in all media. To be fair,
influencer.
It is. She's the biggest influencer that Portugal has. And what else? And that's it. You can follow me on Instagram, Joana Gama. You can also listen to my podcast, Psychotherapia in Portuguese, that is on the mental health folder on your Spotify or Apple Podcasts. And that's it. That's it. It's a wrap.
Wonderful. No, it's not a wrap yet. It's not a wrap yet.
What?
So, Joanna, a question that we ask all of our guests. Portugal, the simple life. Why?
Because we're simple too.
You want to elaborate?
I won this time because you're the host. What? Sorry.
Do you want to elaborate?
Yes, I want to.
Tell me.
It's because we're not that complex. We're obvious when we're talking about our physical language is really obvious. You can tell if I'm hating a conversation on a podcast or if I'm loving you when I'm at a coffee with you. So, and we talk about not our feelings, but we talk about everything that comes to our minds. So we're really easy to understand, easy to talk to, and really passionate and expressive. So we're simple. You just have to listen.
It's true. You are easy to talk to, and I've loved this conversation. Seriously.
Oh, thank you. Me too.
Thank you for being on the podcast. Good luck with everything coming up. Next time we're going to have a conversation on the phone. You just have to deal with it. Okay, just deal with it.
You don't have my number, Dylan. So
That's
do
right.
your thing.
That's true.
Yeah.
You just have to give voice notes. Okay, Joana, thank you so much for being on the show.
Thanks a lot. Yeah.
And I'm going to let you call it.
It's a wrap.
So thank you once again to Joana, and thank you to all of you for listening. Please subscribe, share with your friends, give us a thumbs up, and please leave a comment or a review. We'd love to hear from you. And as we say in Portugal, te próxima. Welcome to the simple life.